1665. The heart of a great empire is rotting from within. The air, thick with decay, chokes the street where shadows crew and death rings. An invisible terror grips the city, the plague. It moves like a phantom, creeping through the cracks of every door, every window, devouring the living in the dead of night. Whoa, guys, don't go away. You haven't tuned in to a different channel. You're here with Global Hopper. Today I'm going to show you London, but not quite like what you expected. In fact, I'm going to show you the very dark side of London, starting right here in the Barbican Centre. Okay guys, this rather Stalinistic, bleak-looking building is the Barbican Centre in London. It's a very important landmark. It hosts lots of musical performance concerts and big conferences. I was here a couple of years ago listening to Tony Blair giving a speech, but they could really have made it a little bit easier on the eye. Now the reason I'm showing you this particular art centre is because Barbican was the focal point of the old non-existent parish called St Giles Cripplegate. Now St Giles Cripplegate was the worst affected area in 1665, the Great Plague. Now during the Great Plague, nearly 15% of the London population passed away, and that equals to around about 70,000 to about 100,000 people, depending on who you ask. This was the worst affected area in the entire London. So out of 2,000 households that was here at that time, 3,200 people passed away because of the plague. Okay, so that's the worst affected area, but where did it all start in London? Let me take you there right now. Okay guys, I've just got off the train from Holborn Station, Central Line. I'll tell you what, Central Line is absolutely hell on earth. Even on a weekday like this, it's so hot. Central Line is so bad. Anyway, Holborn is not our final destination. It's actually slightly further ahead. I'm taking you now to the starting point of the Great Plague in London. Okay guys, we have arrived in Drury Lane. Now what's so special about this place? Well, there's nothing, just a standard London street. But back in 1665, this is the starting point of the plague. The first cases were discovered around this area. So that doctors with, those scary masks marked the doors with a red cross. This is the place where it all kick-started. 15% of the London population perished during that period, 1665, and Samuel Pepys first saw the Red Cross in this area. This is around about Covent Garden area. There's Covent Garden, the trendy London district, is just to my left. So this is on the edge of Covent Garden, and yeah, I've never been here before, but it's quite a pretty area, I have to say. Yeah, look at that building there. It's really 400 years ago. This will be the Death Street. Fears, it's palpable in the air. Now it's very trendy with theatres neighbouring Covent Garden. Beautiful pub. Yeah. Now guys, this isn't the end of the episode yet. I want to show you another site not far from here, to the west, around about 10 minutes walk. I will show you another epic centre of another epidemic in London, striking in England, and that happened around about 200 years after the Great Plague in 1864. Around about 70,000 people died during that pandemic. London again was the worst hit area, and that of course I'm talking about Cholera Epidemic in London. Now what makes this area that I'm about to show you very, very interesting is because one of the old relics was still there. It's almost like a time capsule. What makes the cholera epidemic very interesting is that it was the first time in medical history where map was used to solve the problem, almost like a detective work. An active map was the quintessential part of solving where the disease is coming from. So yeah, it's around about 10 minutes walk. Let's go. Okay guys, we are now in the heart of Covent Garden, walking towards Soho. It's nice weather today. I'm still in Covent Garden. I think where the monument is in front of us is the Cambridge Square Circus, rather. Very pretty. Around about 1 o'clock now. People are on lunch breaks. Okay guys, we are now walking along the streets of Soho, nearing our destination now. I'll see you guys as soon as we get there. It's so busy here. I mean, it's Tuesday morning, can you believe it? Okay guys, we have finally arrived at the Baldwick Street, which is just over there behind me. Now, before I show you the final object, I really would like to tell you a little bit story about the actual pandemic of cholera. Now, you see, back in 1864, it killed 70,000 people. Not as worse as the plague had been, but still very, very terrible. Now, at that time, let me walk you to the object whilst we're talking. At the time, there are two popular theories about why the cholera epidemic happened. Many doctors and scientists at the time believed that it was something in the air that caused the disease, or that it was caused through close personal contact, a bit like the flu. However, there is one doctor, the hero of our story today. His name is Jon Snow. Dr. Snow, not the guy from Game of Thrones, but this guy believed that the killer was actually hidden in the sewage system of Victorian pumps. And what he did was that he basically knocked on hundreds and hundreds of doors in this area all across London, and he actually drew a map of his finding. What happened is, once he gained a bird's eye view of the city of London, he realized that there is a focal point right here that has the most amount of diseases. And the commonality of this area is that they all use this pipe right here. So to stop the epidemic from spreading, he told the local council to basically take away the handle. As you can see, this pump has no handle. And as a result of that, the local resident cannot use this pump anymore, and therefore stop the spread of disease. Apparently, it started when a baby had a diarrhea around this area, and her waste was sort of dumped in the sewage system in this area, causing the disease to appear. Absolutely fascinating history of London. I really hope that you have enjoyed a tour of London that is slightly different than the normal ones. I will also, in the next few weeks, introducing a little bit more in the same series, where I show you dark histories, dark parts of London that you don't really get to discover. Next week, I'll go into Marble Arch, and around that area, there is the darkest, the most horrible site in the entire London history. It has terrorized London, or its residents, for I think 700 years, 600 years rather. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheerio.